Without a doubt, it sounds completely abominable that a woman would sleep with her own biological son. It's a taboo in most societies, and here is a compilation of women who engaged in sexual relationships with their sons. 57-year-old Zambian woman Banda Yvonne confessed she had been sleeping with her son Abel every Wednesday for the past 13 years in order to sustain his wealth. She admitted they always had sexual intercourse every Wednesday in her house where they were instructed by the native doctor to bury the charm. She stated that the price is that once she stops sleeping with her son, all their hard-earned wealth will vanish into thin air and her son will die a very painful death. Before we go on with more details of the story, please click on the subscribe button to subscribe to this channel to stay updated with the latest true crime stories happening across Africa, and turn on the notification bell so you get notified when a new video drops. I really appreciate your support. Veronica Loshe had sex with her biological son to please her husband, and this is how it happened. Veronica, a native of Howe, Uwe Council Ward, Benue State, Nigeria, lost her first husband to herdsmen attack after 2 years of being married. Her first marriage produced a son, and after 13 years of being a widow, she decided it was time to get married again. So she married Mr. Sebastian Loshe, but after 6 years of marriage, she wasn't able to conceive a child, and did failed to conceive a child for her husband, threw the marriage into a storm. Her husband would always accuse her of being infertile, and her mother-in-law advised her son to marry a second wife. At that point, Veronica had joined resources with her husband to build a house where they lived, and being so much in love with her husband, she decided she would do everything possible to give him a child and save their marriage. To her, sleeping with a man outside her family would hurt her husband, so she chose her son to father a child for her husband. She would visit her son on weekends, especially on her ovulation periods, and on one of such visits, she convinced her son and they had sex, which resulted to pregnancy. She joyfully disclosed the news to her husband, but he denied being responsible for the pregnancy because they hadn't been intimate for about 3 months before she got pregnant. Under pressure and not knowing what to do, she confessed she slept with her son to be able to birth a child for her husband, and a DNA test also confirmed her son is the father of her child. 40-year-old Zimbabwean woman Betsy Mbreko married and conceived for her 23-year-old son Farah Mbreko. Betsy had been widowed for 12 years, and one day she decided it's better she marry her son than marry any of her late husband's younger brothers who had been desiring her. She told the village court that the illicit affair with her son began 3 years back, and her son also claimed responsibility of her mother's pregnancy. He said he was ready to take his mother as his wife and would gladly pay off the bride price balance his father couldn't afford to his grandparents. The village court ruled that they immediately break off their marriage or leave the village. Betty and her son chose the latter. They left the village at unknown destination. 47-year-old Malian woman Memory Njamane married her 30-year-old son in a simple white wedding. Memory says she married her son because she had invested a lot in his education and won't let another woman have him. This Ghanaian woman, identified as Bernice Nketia Hammond, disclosed during an interview that she had sex with her son due to her addiction to sex. She was a sex addict to the point that when she left lesbianism and started going out with men, she would still use sex toys like vibrators even when her mother is still around. She disclosed she slept with her son when she saw how big his manhood is and said she didn't regret doing it. The boy she had sex with is actually her school son. Incestuous relationship poses serious ethical, psychological, and societal concerns, and engaging in intimate relationships with close relatives can lead to severe emotional and psychological consequences. Additionally, such relationships are considered taboo in most societies due to the potential harm and violation of the cultural and moral norms. It's unhealthy to get involved with close family members, and it's unclear how these women became entangled with their own sons and how they felt being intimate with their own children. What do you think about incest? What do you have to say about the abominations committed by these women? Please share your thoughts in the comment section down below, and don't forget to subscribe to this channel. I'll be glad to see you in my next video.